Discover 8 sinister Craigslist horror tales. Unexplained encounters that will haunt you forever. Lisa, a 34-year-old single mother, sat at her kitchen table, the flickering light illuminating her tired face. She was desperate, scrolling through Craigslist, hunting for anything affordable to fill the empty rooms of their small rental home. As she navigated the dark corners of the app, she stumbled upon a listing. A rocking chair, eerily swaying against the dim backdrop of an old house. Despite the odd stains decorating its surface, Lisa felt that flutter of hope. It could bring warmth to her son's room, she thought, even as a chill crept down her spine. The seller's address led her down a winding, shadowy street. The air thickened with an unsettling tension. Each window of the house she approached darkened like the eyes of unseen watchers. With a pounding heart, she dismissed her instincts and left with the chair, its presence heavy in the back of her car. Then, among the silence, she heard a high-pitched giggle that slipped through the night. It sent a jolt of ice coursing through her veins. Yet she glanced around and found nothing but shadows. Days melted into uneasy nights after the rocking chair arrived. Her eldest daughter, Anna, who used to have imaginary friends, began conversing with someone new. Eli, she called him. He wants to play, Mommy, Anna would say, her eyes growing distant, filled with a childlike wonder that twisted Lisa's heart. The laughter echoed through the walls at odd hours, melded with whispered words that felt like glacial fingers tracing her back. Sleep eluded Lisa as the laughter became a haunting refrain, pulling her from the edges of dreams into the suffocating weight of reality. The neighborhood began to change. The playful waves from familiar faces morphed into averted gazes. Whispers, steeped in fear, hung thick in the air. She tried to shake it off, tried to breathe normalcy into their lives while pursuing more Craigslist finds, or perhaps she was just trying to run from the chaos brewing in her own home. A desk covered in scratches, a heart carved into its surface, claimed by the stories of prior tenants who vanished without a trace. Each new item felt like a dark anchor dragging her deeper into the murky waters of something sinister. Before we continue, I need to tell you something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to their system, and many people are missing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, click the bell and select all notifications so you don't miss future videos. And if you can leave a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now let's continue. That night, terror punched Lisa in the gut. Anna laughed again, and this time it morphed into a sound so chilling it made her feet freeze to the floor. She raced to her daughter's room, adrenaline surging. The rocking chair was rhythmically moving, an unseen force guiding it, shadows curling at the edges of the dim light like a predator creeping closer. What did Eli say? She demanded, voice trembling. Anna's response chilled her. He wants you to play, Mommy. He'll make you really happy. A suffocating fear washed over Lisa. The mistakes of each haunting find began to unspool in her mind. Neighbors clenched their jaws when she passed. Whispers turned into pointed fingers. Could these hidden truths tie to the grim undertones of their suburban home? As shadows loomed, she realized she was perhaps standing at the edge of something greater than she could fathom. In the oppressive darkness, laughter erupted once more, wrapping around her like chains. Each echo asked a silent question that chilled her spine. Would she be the next to vanish, lost into the night, leaving behind nothing but vague memories and whispers of a tale that would torment the waking world? Lisa's heart raced as she stumbled back against the doorframe, her breath quickening. The air felt thick with malevolence. The laughter faded, the shadows retreating into the corners, but the echo still clawed at her mind. Eli was no ordinary friend. He felt like a gateway to something terrible. Anna, she called, her voice strained. What do you mean he'll make me happy? Anna's response came softly, almost sing-song. He says you just need to play just once. The child's eyes shimmered with an unnatural light, a spark that set Lisa's nerves on edge. She felt sick. Something twisted in her stomach as she grabbed Anna's shoulders, shaking her gently, desperate for clarity. What does he want? What kind of game? Not a game, Mommy. Promise. The words spilled from Anna, innocent yet thick with an unholy weight in the stillness of the room. A cold sweat broke out over Lisa as goosebumps danced over her skin. She had to do something. She had to get her daughter's mind away from this boy, away from the chaos threatening to swallow them whole. Clenching her jaw, she turned on the bedside lamp, bathing the room in warm light. For a moment it seemed to push the shadows back. But then, Anna's giggles rang out again, echoing jarringly against the now familiar inside of this would-be sanctuary. The girl began to sway, her body mimicking the motion of the rocking chair just outside the door. Lisa's shock morphed into dread. "What's happening?" she asked, searching Anna's face, hoping to see a glint of a child's innocence. Instead, her daughter wore the mask of someone far older, an unearthly understanding that crushed Lisa's chest. "Eli makes me feel special, Mommy. He says you're just scared." "Scared?" Lisa attempted to mask her panic. "I'm not scared. I want to keep you safe." But Anna merely smiled coyly, her fingers toying with her hair as if Eli were weaving a spell around them both. The girl whispered something, and though Lisa couldn't hear the words, she felt their resonance deep inside her marrow. When the clock struck midnight, awakening with a shrill chime, Lisa's world unraveled further. A faint scratching sound drew her gaze towards the window. She felt drawn toward it against her will. Outside, the night was darker than any she remembered, shadows stretching deeper with every passing second. She glanced back at Anna, who was no longer in her bed but standing next to the rocking chair, eyes fixated on the outside as if something awaited them. "Mommy," Anna said, the tone childlike yet weighted with expectation. "Eli says he really wants to meet you." The moment felt electric with fear. Lisa's mind raced. She'd heard stories of kids having imaginary friends, but this was different. A wave of dread pulled at her as she realized the innocuous nature of a lost imagination had been replaced with something far more sinister. "My dear God," she murmured, backing away, her legs trembling beneath her. The room was suffocating, and the shadows now seemed almost alive, writhing towards her. "Come play with Eli, Mommy," Anna insisted, her voice dipping into a desperate cadence. Lisa clutched her head in desperate confusion, feeling betrayed by the very air she breathed. Outside, a flicker of movement caught her eye. A figure standing at the edge of the property, partially hidden behind the gnarled tree that swayed in the wind. "Mommy, you have to come," Anna urged, her small hand reaching out to Lisa, fingers curling and uncurling like tendrils seeking warmth. The sound of giggling returned, layered over the rustle of leaves, a cacophony that thundered in her ears. Lisa fought the pull, but the air thickened with an imperceptible pressure, drawing her toward the window. Then, as if in a trance, she took a step forward, heart racing, fear-stricken. How far was she willing to go to protect her daughter? Just then, a crash echoed from the kitchen, and her blood ran cold. This was no longer just about the chair. The unseen horrors were hungry for something deeper than just her sanity. The window slammed shut by a furious gust, drowning out the laughter, leaving behind a chilling silence. "Mommy?" Anna's voice carried an edge of confusion. "Stay here," Lisa shouted as she spun toward the kitchen, terror gnawing at her insides. What awaited her in the kitchen felt like a whisper of doom that followed her footsteps, as if Eli was lurking just beyond the threshold, watching, waiting, and then she understood. The final, painful choice was looming, and it wasn't just about protecting Anna anymore. With dread pooling at her feet, she opened the kitchen door. The kitchen was dark. The only light spilled in from the living room, casting eerie shadows that danced around her. The scent of something burnt lingered in the air, mixing with a sharp, metallic odor that made her stomach churn. Lisa hesitated, listening. There it was again, a faint scratching sound, muffled but frequent. It slithered through her mind like a serpent. She crept forward, heart pounding, her breath quick and shallow. "If you're in here, show yourself," she called, her voice faltering as dread laced every word. Silence stretched, taut and heavy, before she heard the noise again, now accompanied by a low, rasping whisper. It sounded like a child, but distorted horrific. "Come play," she clenched her fists, willing herself to move forward. The kitchen was a wasteland of memories. Family dinners, laughter, the aroma of her mother's cooking. Now it felt foreign, threatened by every shadow lurking in the corners. Her eyes scanned the room until they landed on the pantry door, slightly ajar. "Anna," she called again, not daring to let her voice lose its command. "Where are you?" A silence. Then Anna's voice floated back, sing-song yet chilling. "Eli says it's all right. He likes it here." Lisa shuddered. The hairs on her neck stood straight up. A sudden urge to flee gripped her. She stepped toward the pantry, drawn to whatever sinister truth lay inside. The whispers grew louder, swirling with the air, almost playful, like children beckoning from a distant nightmare. The door creaked as she shoved it open. Darkness yawed in the depth of the pantry, heavy and oppressive. Her heart raced. She reached in, fumbling through the old boxes, her fingers trembling. A burst of panic washed over her when she felt nothing but emptiness, until she heard it, a giggle, too close to her ear, cold like ice. "Play with us, Mommy." She spun around, breath hitching in her throat. The kitchen filled with shadows, stretching and curling toward her like claws. "Get away from me," she screamed, but bitter laughter erupted from all around, choking her words. Suddenly, a flash of movement caught her eye. In the far corner, where the light dared not tread, a small figure loomed. Eli stood there, eyes gleaming with malice, its smile wide and impossibly eager. "See?" Anna chimed in, now emerging from behind her mother, her expression frozen and vacant. "Eli just wants to be friends." An icy grip seized Lisa's heart. She shook her head, desperation clawing at her insides. No, no, no. They were trapped in a web of laughter, the delight of something sinister lurking just out of sight. "You need to come away from him." But Anna stepped closer to Eli, the boy's hand reaching out toward her daughter, promising friendship wrapped in shadows. Lisa felt paralyzed, helpless as the light around her dimmed further, enveloping them in darkness. "Join us, Mommy," Anna urged again. "Eli says it'll make you happy." Lisa felt a pulse of rage cut through her fear. "I will not. I won't let you." With that, she lunged, snatching Anna's arm just before her daughter could grasp Eli's hand. The boy's laughter twisted into a wail, furious and hurt. Shadows recoiled, and the room shifted as if reality itself warped under the weight of her defiance. The walls trembled, and the lights flickered violently. Lisa pulled Anna back, the windows rattling with anguished cries from beyond. "We need to leave now." But then the pantry door slammed shut behind them, leaving no escape. The air thickened, pressing down like the weight of 1,000 nightmares. Lisa's mind raced, searching for something, anything. Eli's voice cut through the chaos. "You can't stop it. You made the promise too." Lisa's breath hitched. The price of their salvation gnawed at her. Deep inside, she felt a terrible truth. What if Eli's game extended far beyond mere childhood? What if it was a pact woven by shadows? "Mommy, please come play." Anna's voice sweetened, a false promise layered with dark intention. The room spun with foreboding as shadows swirled closer. In desperation, Lisa's pulse quickened again. There had to be a way out, but all doors felt locked, as if they were part of Eli's dark game. Was there any way to break the pact? Or was she losing herself, bound forever in a hell of laughter? As Eli's grin widened, oblivion beckoned. The darkness pulsed, ready to swallow them whole. Would she pay the price to save her daughter, or would love strand them all together in eternal night? She had to decide. Time was running out. The darkness pulsed, a living entity, breathing in sync with Lisa's frantic heart. Shadows twirled, thickening like smoke around her. She felt Anna's small hand slip from her grasp, a specter captured by the promise of Eli's malevolence. Panicking, she clutched her daughter's arm tighter. "Stay with me, Anna. Don't listen to him." But Anna remained transfixed, her eyes shimmering with a disquieting light that hinted at something lurking beneath her surface. Eli says you're mean. He doesn't want you to play anymore. A pit opened in Lisa's stomach. No, Anna, that's not true. She fought against the vice grip of despair tightening around her throat. In a desperate momentum, she twisted away from the encroaching shadows, pulling her daughter close. We need to get out. Now. Anna's gaze flicked back to Eli, her expression one of delirious fascination. The boy smiled, teeth like daggers, eyes bright and insidious. You can't leave. You belong with us, forever. His voice was a mixture of childlike glee and something darker, something that whispered seduction and doom. Elias' words settled. A scream erupted from deep within Lisa. No. She shook Anna lightly, trying to break the spell. Yes, lying to you. We will find the way out together. But the pantry door held fast against her efforts, seemingly connected to the very shadows that whispered her daughter's name, each syllable a dagger digging deeper into Lisa's resolve. Mommy Anna's plea was softer now, pulling at Lisa's heart with each syllable. Please join us. It'll be fun. The oppressive weight of the darkness surged forward, lapping at her feet, eager to consume. Lisa felt the air growing thick and stale, sense of burnt toast clinging to the back of her throat. Memories of family dinners, laughter, and warmth twisted into something grotesque, drowning her in the sheer horror of what was happening. Your promise made you ours. Elias' voice echoed, filling the room with an ominous resonance. A wave of dread crashed over her. Had she unknowingly bound them both to something vile? Lisa had to fight it. She refused to let this darkness claim her daughter. Out of desperation, she dropped to her knees, clutching Anna's hands. Listen to me. I love you, not him. Her voice wavered, shrinking against the encroaching shadows. I want to play, Anna murmured, the childlike innocence mixing with something far more sinister, the transformation morphing in her gaze. Eli's game is fun. SNT it, Eli? Very fun. Eli chimed, his grin widening as shadows loomed closer, threatening to engulf them both. Just give in, Lisa. The fun won't hurt you. With a newfound determination, Lisa shouted, No, I will not give in. I'll do anything to save you, Anna. She reached toward her daughter, each heartbeat forging a desperate connection against the looming darkness. But a sharp laugh punctuated the thickening air. The shadows receded briefly, revealing chilling glimpses of a world where laughter rang hollow, where children's games twisted into nightmares. Lisa's resolve quaked. What is he? What does he want? Eli stepped forward, his form flickering like a faulty light. I just want friends, Lisa. People to play with forever like you. Like Anna. His voice dripped with malicious intent, sullying her daughter's name with every syllable and a moment steeped in dread. Lisa glanced around the kitchen. It felt like the walls were closing in, pressing her back towards the pantry door. Still locked, still hopeless. But perhaps there was still something, an object, a thought, a memory that could sever the ties Eli had forged. Join us, Mommy. Anna's voice softened again, teetering on the edge of persuasion. The promises of childhood innocence tainted by shadows wrapped around her words, and momentarily, Lisa felt the fragments of her resolve wavering and the brief silence that followed. Lisa could hear Elias' laughter echo through her mind, a dark symphony filled with dread and glee. Just when she thought all was lost, she spotted something, an edge of light peeking from behind a stack of forgotten boxes. Your old family toy, Eli hissed in warning, his face twisting with rage. Don't touch it. Lisa's heart raced. Was it hope flickering among the shadows? Or simply another trap set by Eli? Caught in this frantic moment, she had to choose. Take the risk and fight for her daughter's soul, or remain forever in the twisted playground of Eli's creation. Don't you dare! Eli shouted, the darkness swirling ominously, ready to pounce the moment she reached for it. Every choice held weight. Every second stretched painfully. Lisa knew one thing: time was running out. Would her attempt to reclaim the toy save them? Or was it merely bait to draw her deeper into Eli's domain? With determination fueling her, she lunged for the light. Her fingers brushed against the surface of the box, and a chill shot through her. It was old, the wood splintered and worn, but an aura of warmth pulsated through it, defying the surrounding darkness. Memories of Anna playing with this toy flooded back, how joy lit her face when she pulled the string and it danced to life. That joy felt a lifetime away now, buried beneath layers of shadows and deceit. "Stop!" Eli bellowed, his voice a knife cutting through the fragile moment. The darkness quivered, pressing against Lisa like a cold vice. "You don't want to play with that. You don't want to remember." "No," she shouted, shaking off terror that clawed at her mind. "I want to remember." With a swift motion, she tore the box from the shadows, spilling its contents onto the floor. As the toy tumbled out, a once bright wooden puppet, its painted smile cracked and faded, the light around it flickered, fighting against the encroaching darkness. Anna's eyes widened as she gazed at the toy, a hint of the little girl she used to be surfacing through the murky abyss. "Mommy?" Her voice trembled, as if she were grasping onto the last thread of reality. Can we play?" Eli's expression twisted with rage. "No, you can't take her away. She's mine." The shadows writhed, closing in like an angry swarm, but Lisa held the toy fiercely, the memories it carried rooting her to her love for Anna. "Please, Anna," Lisa begged, eyes locked on her daughter. "Use this to remember who you are. We can fight this together." The puppet gleamed under the sparse light, beckoning. Nutty the clown had always been a symbol of laughter, a reminder of simpler times. Could it truly purge Eli's influence? Anna blinked, confusion flickering in her eyes, overshadowed by the ever-deepening darkness. "But Eli, he says it's not safe." "Eli is a liar," Lisa screamed, resolute. "You must choose, Anna. Choose love. Choose us." The shadows surged, swirling around like a tornado, and Lisa felt a powerful force pushing her back. Eli's laughter surged, infecting the air, taunting her resolve. "You can't win this game, Lisa. Not without sacrificing something." Against the chaotic backdrop, the puppet called to Anna, light radiating from it like hope. Lisa focused on that light, willing her daughter to see it, to reach for it. "Remember the games we played? The laughter we shared? That's who you are." Anna's expression shifted between loyalty and rebellion, her brow furrowed in thought. The darkness twisted tighter, pulling at her limbs with icy fingers. "Mommy," she whispered, voice breaking. I want to remember, but Eli." "Fight him, Anna. You're stronger than this," Lisa pleaded, stepping forward, the weight of panic clinging to her limbs. Suddenly, the air buzzed sharply, and with fierce determination, Anna jerked her gaze back to her mother, tears shimmering like silver in the faint light. "No, Eli. I want Mommy." Eli's face contorted into a snarl, and a shockwave rippled through the room, throwing Lisa off balance. "You can't stop it. You can't win." But Lisa wouldn't back down. She held the puppet high, a beacon in the oppressive blackness. "Then let this be your end." There was a blinding flash. The light from the puppet exploded outward, illuminating every corner of the pantry. The shadows recoiled, hissing like 1,000 serpents, as the air crackled with energy. Lisa felt a rush of power surge through her, grounding her determination. In that moment, Anna broke free of Eli's grasp, racing toward her mother, arms outstretched. "Mommy!" But just as they were about to embrace, a surge of darkness slammed against them, a wall of despair crashing down, threatening to erase their reunion. "Stop!" Lisa's shout echoed, but Eli's laughter rang louder, a cacophony that filled her head. "You think light can destroy me? You don't even know what I am." Everything around them trembled, the boundaries between reality and nightmare splintering. The darkness twisted, and Lisa knew this battle was far from over. As the shadows closed in, she clutched Anna's hand tightly, feeling both terror and hope uniting in her chest. "Stay close to me," she yelled, heart racing. But the air thickened with poison, and Eli's voice hissed, "You'll never escape my game. You belong to me now." With their retreat cut off and shadows bearing down, Lisa's gaze darted through the chaos, searching for an escape, some hidden truth that might free them. But what she didn't know was that something far darker was waiting to reveal itself, hidden in the swirling depths of Elias' domain. The blinding light enveloped them, cascading around like a waterfall of hope. For a heartbeat, Lisa thought they'd broken free. But then, darkness crept back, casting thick shadows on their faces, and the warmth drained away. Elias' laughter echoed, a twisted serenade that burrowed deep into their bones. "Mommy, what's happening?" Anna cried, eyes wide with fear, her small hands trembling in Lisa's grip. "We're fighting. We're almost there," Lisa shouted back, but her voice faltered, uncertainty gnawing at her insides. The shadows swirled again, dark tendrils reaching out like clawed hands, eager to drag them back into the void. Eli stood amidst it all, a grotesque silhouette, eyes swirling with malice. "You think you can defeat me with mere light? You're more foolish than I thought." The cold seeped deeper, coating Lisa's heart in frost. No, she couldn't let him win. "Anna, listen," she shouted above the chaos. "Remember Nutty? He brought us joy. Remember the birthday party? The cake? The presents? You can summon that light." Anna swallowed hard, glancing at the puppet on the floor where it landed, its tiny clown shoes dusty and forlorn. "But Eli said it's not real, that we're trapped." "No," Lisa insisted, pulling her daughter close, contamination of doubt trying to seep into their bond. "We choose what's real, Anna. We brought the light. We can take it back." Eli sneered, dark energy crackling at his fingers. "You will lose her. I'll make sure of it." He lunged forward, dark hands reaching out like a predator ready to devour. "Fight, Anna, now!" Lisa screamed, heart pounding fiercely, the weight of desperation pressing down. The shadows flared in response, a howling void expanding. But Lisa felt that flicker of warmth from the puppet. She closed her eyes, recalling every moment of joy, every laugh shared. The memories surged, resonating against Elias' dark influence. "Nutty," Anna whispered, her tiny voice breaking through the noise. "Nutty." She released her grip on Lisa's hand, stepping forward. The puppet glimmered in the darkness, colors swirling back into focus, radiating light like a beacon. Anna reached for it, fingers brushing against its surface, and a pulse reverberated through the air. "No, not again," Eli screeched, his hands clawing at the light as if it were acid on his skin. The shadows writhed, and Lisa felt their grip loosen slightly, but Eli's roar filled the room like a thunderstorm. "Anna," Lisa shouted, panic rising like bile. "Please hold on to it. We're almost there." With determination boiling in her heart, Anna raised Nutty the clown, its tiny eyes sparkling. "You can't take my mommy away. I'm not afraid of you." A shockwave rippled through the pantry, the shadows recoiling like whipped dogs. Light exploded from the puppet, tearing through the dark like a sword, slicing a path between them and Eli. But just as they began to see a sliver of hope, the very walls of the pantry shuddered, as if the house itself was alive, choosing sides. The lights flickered violently, struggling against the darkness, before one by one, they extinguished. "No!" Lisa screamed, fighting her own instinct to flee. "Stay. Keep your hold on Nutty." "Mommy." Anna's brave facade crumbled as she felt the shadows encircling her, tendrils brushing against her skin with ice-cold fingers. "You must not let go." The weight of Lisa's fear became suffocating, her heart thundering, desperate to shield Anna from Elias' grasp. But deep within the shadows, something stirred, a deeper evil, waiting just below the surface. An oppressive whisper crept into her thoughts, doubts skimming through her mind like a dark wave. Was Eli right? Could they ever escape? A sudden crack echoed as aboard the pantry splintered, and she briefly glimpsed a dark form lurking behind her, monstrous and insatiable. What else had Eli summoned? The room warped, edges bending as if reality were unraveling. And just then, lost in their struggle, Lisa felt the weight of a decision looming. A gamble to save them both, or to sacrifice everything for one last chance at freedom standing on the edge of despair. One question pierced through the chaos. What was the true cost of their salvation? With shadows clawing at her heels, Lisa aimed to find out. Lisa's breath quickened, her chest tightening with the encroaching darkness. For a fleeting second, she glimpsed the fleeting visage of hope from the puppet, the way it shimmered before Eli's wicked domain swallowed it whole. A pulse of dread coursed through her. Could she still change the tide? Anna, she forced her voice to rise above the abyss. You have to remember us. The games we played, the times we laughed. Nutty's magic is real when you believe. Eli snarled, launching himself across the pantry, shadows spiraling around him like a cloak of despair. You think your sweet memories can save you? They'll only be your undoing. The ground quaked beneath them, pots and pans rattling like souls lost in torment. Lisa felt the icy grasp of the shadows brushing against her skin, as if trying to siphon her very essence. Mommy! Anna's voice was now a fragile thread. I don't know if I can hold on to it. Do it for us. The urgency in Lisa's voice clawed outwards like something trying to escape. Do it for your life. Anna stood frozen, Nutty hanging limply at her side, as if it too felt the weight of despair. Then, as if pulled by an unseen force, her little hand gripped the puppet tightly, the ragged seams pushing against her palm. From somewhere deep within, Lisa sensed the moment channeling into Anna, a surge bubbling up like molten fire. Please, she whispered, desperation bleeding from every pore. You're the light. Let it out. With resolve, Anna hoisted Nutty above her head. At once, the puppet began to brighten, illuminating faces filled with fear. The shadows shrieked, recoiling from the sudden eruption. The darkness twisted, writhing as it fought against the light. But Eli laughed an awful sound, splitting through reality. You don't understand. It won't save you. Nothing can save you from what's to come. He lunged, but the beams of light radiated in every direction like a sunburst, slicing through the night. The pantry shuddered again, cracks spreading across the walls. Lisa's heart dropped, her instincts screaming at her to flee. Had they reached a tipping point? Everyone's glad to hear from you, Anna shouted, her voice rising like a rallying cry, transforming fear into power. The colors danced wildly around them, a swirling storm of hope battling against the blackness. Yet one instinctive question hung heavy in Lisa's mind: could they harness the puppet's magic to truly break free? Then a deafening bang erupted, and the back wall of the pantry splintered. A dark figure spilled forth from the shadows, more grotesque and terrifying than Eli, a mass of writhing, moving darkness, its form shifting as it advanced toward them. Eli summoned something worse. Lisa gasped, fighting the rush of panic. We have to go. But where? The light was wavering, shadows clawing at its brilliance as they fumbled forward. Hysteria clawed at the corner of Lisa's mind. Anna, don't let go of the magic. Keep concentrating. As the wretched creature approached, deathly cold spread through the air. It towered over them, a black enigma that consumed what little light there was left. Lisa trembled, aware that every moment was precious. I can't. Anna's voice trembled, tears welling in her eyes. The light from Nutty flickered, casting erratic shadows around them. Don't give in, Lisa cried, feeling the desperation climb as the creature's teeth glinted in the dim light. Just as all hope seemed to fade, a blast of energy surged from Anna's grip. It sent out another wave of brightness, momentarily parting the dark like a blade through flesh. But the creature roared, drowning out the echo of laughter as it charged forward. And in that chilling sound, shadows coiled tighter around them, dragging them toward the maw of despair, both more real and immediate than Lisa had ever faced. Mommy! Anna screamed. And at that moment, just when it seemed all would be lost, Lisa felt a pulse beneath the chaos, a glimmer of truth buried deep within Nutty. Was it the key to their salvation? In the harrowing swirl of terror, the next perilous choice loomed. Fight or flee. What more would be revealed once the shadows broke? The roar of the creature shattered the momentary reprieve, echoing in the cramped space like a funeral dirge. Darkness surged, tighter and thicker. Lisa felt it crawling under her skin, an insidious dread that made her heart race. Anna, she shouted through gritted teeth. Focus. You have to believe. Nutty, still glowing, flickered like a dying flame. Anna's eyes were wide, reflecting the chaos, a mixture of fear and determination, but she felt lost. A tiny ship tossed on a stormy sea. Just then, the creature lunged. Its maw opened, revealing a gaping abyss full of jagged teeth, a monstrous smile that promised destruction. Lisa instinctively thrust her arm forward, pulling Anna closer to her side. "Go for the heart, Anna," she urged, the words spilling from her mouth. "The magic, use it. Channel it through Nutty." "Mommy." The little girl tremored, her small feet shuffling backward. "It's too big. I can't." The walls shuddered again, a fierce crack running through the pantry like a vein about to burst. Bits of plaster fell, mingling with the chilled air. Lisa felt a cold sweat trickling down the nape of her neck, fear entwining with rage. "Look around," she cried, gesturing wildly at the chaos. "We're out of time. Use your love. The memories. All of it. Fight for us." Anna looked down at Nutty, squeezing its ragged stuffing, searching for a way to connect, to let love flow through her small fingers. The puppet glowed warmly, as if sensing her hope. "Do it," Lisa shouted, desperation fueling her. "Remember when Nutty made you laugh? Remember the way it danced in the living room?" The light of the puppet pulsed wildly, and for an instant, Anna's eyes brightened. The shadows hissed, recoiling. "I remember," she whispered, determination creeping into her voice. "Then let it shine." Suddenly, with an intensity that lit up the darkness, Anna raised Nutty high again. The sudden explosion of light radiated, the shimmering strands of magic crisscrossing and wrapping tightly around them. But the creature shrieked, a sound so primal it rattled Lisa's bones, shaking the very essence of their resolve. The darkness thrashed in response, clawing back and forth, trying to suppress the light, revenge on its twisted mind. "Hold on," Lisa screamed, gripping Anna's side as the bolt of fiery energy erupted from Nutty's eyes, casting spectrums of colors that lanced through the murk. What filled the air now was more than just the flickering light, it was the echo of laughter from better days, of warmth, of fleeting moments of happiness. It flashed memories that mingled together like a tapestry of their love, pulling tight against the mass of darkness. And suddenly, the grotesque figure staggered back, its form starting to blur, the edges flickering in and out like an old movie reel struggling to keep pace. "Not this time," Eli bellowed, trying to reassert his control. "You can't escape me." Lisa felt it, the very fibers of her being pulled taut against despair. They were inches away from breaking free, yet it hung precariously like a thread about to snap. "Anna," she yelled again. "Don't stop. Push harder." But just then, amidst the chaos, another blinding flash erupted. The pantry walls cracked further, overhead beams threatening to collapse. Intense pain surged through Lisa's chest. Was this it? In that heartbeat, Anna's grip faltered. Nutty dimmed, the promise of salvation flickering as shadows lunged again, hungry and relentless. "Mommy!" Anna cried, the desperation raw and unyielding. The walls groaned, and the floor trembled as darkness thickened around them. Were they destined to be consumed by the very nightmares they fought against? In a moment of profound silence, a haunting, chilling laugh echoed through the frame of the pantry, and Lisa's heart sank. Had Eli outsmarted them after all? With a jolt, a revelation struck Lisa. What if the puppet held more secrets than they could imagine? Could Nutty be the key, or would it spell their doom? As shadows spiral in for their final onslaught, one urgent question lingered. In a fight against darkness, would they amplify their light, or be forever suffocated in the coming shadows? With a final, desperate surge, Anna squeezed Nutty harder, her small fingers trembling with an energy that seemed to crackle in the air. The flashes of light were their lifeline, plunging into the darkness. But how long could they sustain this brilliant hope before it guttered out? Lisa felt her grip on reality slip as the shadows writhed, licking at her ankles like angry serpents. The creature was a nightmare incarnate, its jagged teeth glistening, hungry. What Liz knew was that fear didn't just hide in the shadows, it lived inside her, gnawing at her heart. She glimpsed Elias' face, twisted with malice, his shadow stretching across the floor like a grotesque parody. "Anna, hold it up. Don't let go," Lisa screamed, her voice barely cutting through the cacophony of darkness. But just as hope surged, the walls shuddered and the overhead lights flickered violently, dimming until only Nutty's light remained. "Mommy, it hurts," Anna cried, her small voice breaking. Tears streamed down her cheeks, reflecting the soft light of Nutty. "Then let it hurt. Keep going." Lisa's own heart felt as if it might burst out of her chest, each thud laced with panic. As if responding to Anna's torment, the creature lunged again, and with it, the shadows expanded, pulling more of the pantry into their sinister embrace. The world shrank, the air thick with desperation. Lisa could see the outlines of the familiar shelves, but they dwindled as darkness clawed for their light. Suddenly, the whole room reverberated with a deafening roar. The shelves shook, bottles tinkering dangerously, and Lisa couldn't tell if it was another sound from the creature or the very walls screaming in terror. "Anna," she shouted one last time. "Channel everything our love, our dreams. Let it fly." Something changed in Anna's eyes. The flicker of doubt vanished. A surge of defiance ignited within her. Nutty pulsed with a white-hot glow, brighter than ever before, as if the memories had transformed into real, raw power. "Dance with me, Nutty," Anna shouted, and in a moment, she swung the puppet around in a wild whirl like a twirling dervish, infusing her laughter bright and effervescent into the air. The shadows recoiled, screeching in protest. It was as if Anna's joy was a sweet poison, burning through the thickening darkness. Lisa felt her heart leap with a new kind of hope. It sent a ripple through her weary body, urging her to believe again. Then, just as quickly, the creature reared back, radiating rage. "You think this little show can stop me?" Eli's laugh boomed, his voice twisting like knives in the air. But Anna pushed harder, radiating with innocence and strength she didn't know she had. Nutty fanned out magical filaments that glimmered like stars piercing the night. "Faster," Lisa encouraged, tears blurring her vision. Her breath came in sharp gasps as she felt the darkness creeping in again, desperate to drown them. "It's almost there," Anna cried, pulling the puppet closer to her chest as the glow exploded with a surge of raw energy, breaking through the miasma of despair, and then silence. A charged stillness enveloped them, holding its breath, and Lisa felt her heart thrumming against her ribcage in a frantic rhythm. Had they finally pushed back the shadows? Yet in that stillness, uncertainty coiled, tightening like a noose. Shadows flickered at the edges of her vision, and an unsettling feeling crashed into her. It wasn't over. The walls trembled again, and with sickening certainty, Lisa could sense the darkness gathering, swirling like a tempest ready to erupt. What if it's all a trap? She questioned, dread settling heavy upon her chest. Was the light simply an illusion, a prelude to an even darker fate? The sensation of something cold curling around her ankle made Lisa gasp. What was hidden within Nutty? A deeper secret waiting to be uncovered? Just as hope seemed to emerge from the darkness, a haunting line from Eli rippled through the air. "You think you can defeat me with memories?" Darkness remembers too. The shadows surged, trying to swallow them whole. Would they escape its grasp, or would they become mere echoes in the cruel night? The chaos erupted in a sizzling brightness as Anna swung Nutty wildly, laughter spilling from her lips like a cascade of light. Every twirl brought an electrifying energy, a warmth that seeped into Lisa's bones. "More, Anna! Keep believing!" she shouted, channeling every shred of hope into her daughter's small frame. The darkness shuddered, shadows writhing as if they themselves were alive, their edges flickering under the combination of Anna's childlike joy and Lisa's fierce resolve. Elias' form twisted with rage, an unholy anthem of fury that filled every corner of the pantry. "This isn't over," he bellowed, but Lisa refused to relent. "Remember us, Anna," she pleaded, her heart surging as the light painted their world brighter. It hummed through her, anchoring her to the reality she fought so hard to reclaim. Every memory they had shared glistened like stars, vibrant and full of life. The birthday parties, the laughter, the comfort of simply being together. Eli, your hold on her is broken, she declared, passion igniting every word. You will not win today. But even as she spoke, Lisa felt a disquieting churning in her gut. Could love really ward off the shadows? In that dizzying whirl of light, Anna's hands tightened around Nutty's worn body. You don't own us, Anna yelled defiantly, her small voice like a battle cry echoing through the oppressive darkness. We are family, and family fights together. Determination radiated from her, every swing of the puppet a testament of their resilience. The shadows peeled back slightly, hesitant under the onslaught of pure love and laughter. Eli started to lose his composure, eyes wide with disbelief. No, you can't. You're nothing but a child. His voice trembled, revealing doubt underneath the mask. That crack in his facade fueled Lisa's hope. Maybe so, she retorted, heart pounding as the light danced around them like fireworks. But I've got the power of a mother behind me. She felt the truth swell within her, encircled by that unyielding connection. Suddenly, the floor rumbled, echoing Eli's agitated form. You think your memories will save you? The shadows are growing. I am the darkness. He lunged forward again, but Anna shoved Nutty ahead, releasing beams of pure energy that split the space. The chaos sparked and sizzled as the beams shot through shadow, illuminating the pantry brilliantly. Everything we shared matters, Lisa shouted amidst the confusion. We remember. We hold on. Cracks spread along the pantry walls, the malevolent presence behind them curdling in response to their strength. Darkness rolled back like a gathering tide, waves crashing in retreat. Eli's form faltered, like a mirage dissipating. Don't let him go, Lisa urged, her eyes wide with urgency, heart racing. We can do this, Anna. The last of Nutty's light erupted, cascading between them and Eli, a wall of brilliance that surged forward. You can't control us, Anna proclaimed, her small voice steady. That innocence wrapped in determination cut through the shadows, dissolving Eli's hold. Mommy, I think Anna's voice quivered as her eyes brimmed with tears. I feel it. Then take it. Sweetheart, Lisa yelled. Let us finish this. With one final twirl, Anna threw Nutty upwards. Time slowed as it ascended, glowing brighter by the moment, weaving through the darkness, a trail of light that pierced the tainted void. And then a burst of warmth flooded the space, exploding outward like a supernova. The shadow creature shrieked, a sound raw and twisted, retreating as soft rays washed away the black miasma. Family forever. Anna laughed through her tears, the sound echoing through the pantry as the darkness shattered. The fissures expanded, letting in the fresh air, laced with sweet sunlight. And as the dust of the shadows settled away, clarity reigned. I'm proud of you, my baby, Lisa gasped, overwhelmed by the warmth that flooded over them. With a whoosh, the pantry door flew open, sunlight pouring in and pushing back the shadows completely. Dust danced in the golden rays as laughter echoed. Eli's cruel laughter had faded, leaving only a hushed whisper of the darkness they had conquered together. Around them, the atmosphere lightened, a veil lifted. Shadows that had once clung and clawed fell away. A sense of peace enveloped them, charging the air with love and light. Mommy, we did it, Anna exclaimed, wrapping her arms around Lisa, who held her tightly, feeling the weight of fear ebb away. Relief washed over her. Mingling with joy, the promise of a future flourishing in the sunlight was all that mattered. This was their victory. They had fought for one another, embraced every piece of joint history, and found strength in the magic of love that bound them. Always together, my sweet girl, Lisa whispered, heart swelling with gratitude and warmth. Together, they stepped out of the shadows, leaving the darkness behind, hearts alight with joyful memories that would never fade. As they walked into the welcoming embrace of the sun, Lisa sensed a change. This home wouldn't just be about survival anymore. It would be a sanctuary, built on laughter and love. Let us find some ice cream, she said, smiling at Anna. After all, we deserve it after our adventure. Anna beamed. Can we play with Nutty too? Absolutely. Lisa laughed, feeling the weight of burdens shed, hope rising as they headed out. And with every step forward, the shadows of the past receded further behind them, transformed by light, laughter, and love, a promise made and kept, ensuring they would face whatever lay ahead together. Don't you dare close this chapter. This is the moment to show your support. You need to subscribe now to ensure you don't miss future tales that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Smash that like button to feed the algorithm and encourage more adventures. And I want to hear from you. Flood the comments section with your reactions and wild theories. Finally, don't wait even one more second to share this video with at least 5 friends who love a good scare. Let us spread the thrill far and wide.